Rokkr. Coming out first is Bitch. Coming out next, give it up for Cammy. Now stepping into the bright lights, make some noise for Fame. And to round it out, give it up for the legend, Attach! One more time, Las Vegas, give it up for the Minnesota Rokkr. Give it up for the Major 5 champions, the New York Subliners. Get loud for Hydra, Skies, Kismet, and Priesta, the Major 5 champions, New York Subliners.
Taking the entire league by storm at the beginning of this season, New York Subliners already have 2 chips on their shoulders for this year, now looking to go back-to-back as the
full control. Yeah, they look to be in a good spot overall. Still 25 seconds to fight for at P1. But if you have looked statistically at what really Minnesota's key to success has been, it's actually not been at this hard point. So as you said, a great opportunity for New York. And if recency tells you anything, Minnesota could struggle at the break moving forward. They managed to get a few down, and take a look at player number 4 in the alley. Bance, they've got numbers right now, do Rokkr.
And this is the perfect opportunity right here for Rokkr. They get 16 seconds off of P1. They find the final gunfight onto Skies off the rotation. That's now 3 dead. Minnesota Rokkr around the middle of the pack when it comes to winning rotations on this map, but they make the first one look easy, and now they're going to chain it to this some P2 time. New York need to find a break early on.
Oh, it's a 9-team spree, Minnesota with control. We'll see if they can continue to lock it down or if the Subliners can find that early pick. That is what they're looking for, whether through nades or whether through the guns, maybe even a knife. Who knows what could come to play here to kick us off on Mercado, but a minor advantage. Can that continue to build? 2 players quickly fall for New York. It's all up to Skies and Kismet now. Kismet's out of the fight. Caesar, last man up.
And Minnesota Rokkr, you can just tell that the practice has been playing dividend in their gameplay so far. They're usually 7th in hold percentage, but that's now 2 hills. They've been able to get some much needed time to keep the lead the way they have it. But trades going back and forth. It's all left up to Cammy. Now it's Fame in a 1v1 versus Priesta. Can he win this gunfight for his team? He cannot. Subliners find a break. And with only 20 seconds left, Priesta has that free time. He's relying on his teammates off the rotation. This is a battle right here.
This is, but I was gonna say, Vance, he's got seconds right. Not able to win it. And now as we prepare for some extra time over at the barbershop, it's a
stagnant, not allowing the Subliners to get a clean 3 to 4 dead to lead to the break.
It just feels like every time, every hard point that we visit, they're either getting the first 30 or the last 30. Right now, they're going for the full 60. Yet to be really all that contested over at barbershop. But who other than Attach? You need him in a big 1v1, and he is there to deliver. Continues to dominate, and now we prepare for the rotation. A big one already, Jay, if you're New York.
Yeah, Minnesota gonna find themselves up by 60 points. So it has to be a great hold from the Subliners, and it has to start with Hydra. Unfortunately, he cannot find his second kill onto Fame. So now it's Kismet's turn. He does take down 1. It's gonna be the Subliners winning their rotation over towards P5. And now this is where you have to set up beautifully to get yourself back into this game.
It feels like if you're New York as well, Jay, like, you gotta stay composed. Like, you're already seeing Minnesota come out dominant. That's gonna be 3 down off
too
the
easy.
rip. That is 3 down already. We're talking about how New York, hey, this could be an opening, chance for them to really get back in this game. And before we can even utter the sentence, Minnesota rush right on forward. Attached now on 5 again. Can this be the cruise missile? Not gonna happen. No streaks, no problem. Minnesota still very much so in the lead.
And the crazy thing is, the Subliners are the #1 hold team on this map. They usually have their setup super patient, finding the correct timings. And that's what's been leading to them currently up by 49 points. But great shots out of Priesta. We're going over to the second hill, in towards the cantinas. It's going to be towards the top side, and Subliner's going to be here early. But look at the route that Attach is currently taking. He's going to get the timing because one player drops. He's here for the pinch. Priest takes him down. New York still hold.
And you got a few New York players on sprees. I know Sky's ended up getting the cruise missile. Priested now on 5. The hill is broken, and there you go. For the Subliners, we're talking about the
situation where he has to play his life until his teammates get to him.
momentum starting to build right now for New York. Kismet in a big spot. He ends up falling. Sweat off the brow. If you're Rokkr, you were player counting. You were trying to figure out where the Subliners players were. And now here comes the streak. Now that to deal with. Can Minnesota weather the storm? Trophies look to be out, and it looks like they will survive. Unfortunately, until Cammy dies by a car bomb, so he'll be out of the picture. And for the moment, it is currently a 2v2. Quite a few New York players off of respawn.
Yeah, it's only Fame and Attach here. And a couple players from the Subliners spawning out behind them. But Attach takes care of 2. Faze finds another. And would look to be an instant break coming in from the Subliners. Minnesota hold on strong. So now with only 20 seconds left, they are playing outstanding in this map number 1. Now we're going into our second half of rotations. And the next man is up. Vance finds him. So Minnesota are chaining the P1 time with the spawns. They are looking to close out the game at the next hill.
Yeah, it looks like this game is absolutely in their hands. Let's step aside and see how the comms are sounding. And a crucial moment in this series, a check-in quickly with the Rokkr.
I spawned here. Is he hitting tunnel?
Yeah, he's hitting tunnel.
Tunnel, one shot. Absolute tunnel.
Okay,
Absolute tunnel.
Do you have a streak? No, I do not.
So I spawned out. You guys on P4 side?
He's tunnel. You're passing cars. I just still tunnel.
No, he's close. Kismet's mid P1.
Yeah, I'm behind him.
Let us know where you want us to go.
I am top. I'm gonna try and work
it.
Oh, one shot dead.
Nice,
I can kill time. I'm waiting for you.
Nice, good shit.
Inner staircase.
Staircase, one shot. Yeah. Yeah, tunnel dead.
I have mid.
I have low. Go top.
Reinforce side.
I need your top. I have low guys. Nice.
They're rotating.
Guys, yeah.
One guy new. One shot new kids.
I'll take your time, okay? He's behind me. Kids is in fork, okay? He's on the god hitting fork, okay?
One's close short, challenge edge.
Yeah, close short dead. That's two. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna mid.
Alrighty, Minnesota 234, New York 152. However, the lead right now looks to try to be ended. It looks to be thwarted. Big kills coming in from Hydra. Jay, it feels like one more break for Rokkr, and this one's over.
Yeah, one opportunity is all they need. One break, and Advance and Attach finding 2. This might be it.
This could be it.
Only 2 players from the Subliners left in the point. Skies, the trade is going to be in. Last player is going to be towards the top. They have yet to take care of him as Hydra's staying alive. Eventually, Kismet gets back into the play, and the Subliners hold on for the final 30 seconds. And now Hydra sniffs him out. He has a cruise missile to work with. And now it's all about this barbershop hill. And New York, they're starting off with these initial fights. Minnesota have to clutch on up.
But Hydra is bringing in the cruise missile. They also find 2, making 3 off a spawn. They know exactly where they are, but it's a team kill. A team kill comes forward. Skies is down, and Attach wins the fight off the rim. This is your opportunity, Minnesota. This is your chance to close them out here. 10 more points to go.
That's all they need. The Subliners are applying pressure through every single alley. Sky starts off with the first, but everyone's dropping through mid. Minnesota are gonna do it.
It looks like it. One more. Attach falls. One more point to go. One more point to go. New York, they're hanging on by a thread.
They're hanging on. They are hanging on. Minnesota know all they need is 1 second. 1-2 pieces, all that is needed. And right now, Bance with the trigger discipline, he's gonna go for it. Him and Cammy through back alley trying to make it happen.
You can tell the communication is there. Cammy trying to make a little bit of an effort toward the front. Bance finding players to the back. He ends up dropping. That's another 2 down. New York still alive. Here comes Attach. Here comes Attach. The pitch is in. He needs to find a double. Not gonna happen. And now it's about the rotation. Minnesota are here.
Subliners gotta go. Subliners gotta go. You gotta give up that time, and it doesn't look like they're gonna be there in time. Minnesota Rokkr are fully set up, but they lose the fight. Attach makes it happen. He finds the final 2, and Rokkr take map 1. Isn't doing what you expect him to do, your whole game plan is out the window. So you have to make sure you're playing to your team's strength. And you can already see it early into this round number 1 for Minnesota Rokkr. It's a default setup. Let's spread. Let's make sure no one's going on the deep flank. No one's trying to take mid-map control. And at least the first blood with them now getting the bomb down at A.
Hydra looking to strike. Does not see Cammy. laying on his belly. So that is a quick 2 there for the Cam man. An instant 4v2 advantage for Minnesota, and it only continues to build. P-Dog putting the sniper to good use. But that is the only moment of success that you have in round 1 for New York. Minnesota, a commanding start.
And that's a great tone setter right there for Rokkr.
3K, but that first blood was massive. Into round 2 we go. Flipping up the sides. New York now on the attack, but it was a lovely start there for Kismet, but 2 quick trades end up favoring Minnesota in the end, and now we've got ourselves a 2v2, Attach and Fame versus Hydra in Skies.
Fame already invests his dead silence as well. So he's slowly working his way up through the back alley. He's giving the info onto Attach as he's just throwing shoulders through the map, making sure the bomb doesn't go down, but Hydra, he gets that info. He's gonna put pressure over towards B. Attach just getting away with his life, playing this beautifully so far.
Quite a few players investing dead silence. Hydra has a Attach! How in the world did he just come away with that? Champs Attach is something different. Wasn't here last season and is trying to show why he deserves to be in the starting lineup. Deserves to be in the brightest of spots. Is he about to walk away with another? Yes!
In towards Courtyard, but it's all gonna fall into the hands of Hydra. Soul Man in towards 10. Gets a couple sound cues there around the corner, but it's not win the first gunfight. So now if you are Minnesota Rokkr, you even up the numbers, you're making it 3v3. You have Cammy watching that mid-map cross. Let's just get this bomb down.
It's also another massive gunfight, Jay, that Attach wins. It's not a trade. They end up evening up the numbers, and Cammy finds another through mid-map. Every single kill that he's found has come in a spot like this. Kismet finds his second of the round, and now they're gonna need him. Dead silence engaged as Minnesota have got that bomb down. 30 seconds to defend it. Kismet again with another.
Now it's Fame left in a 1v2. He does have that silence, but it's not invested. He goes for the chow, wins the one-on-one, but cannot find the second onto Skies. Such a crucial spot. He knows that the pressure's gonna come in towards 10. He's playing this corner. Can he find the first blood?
Wonderful patience being established from Fame. New York, it just feels like they've been waiting here for such a long time. And now it's giving Rokkr the opportunity to regroup and to re-engage. Fame gifted a double, and it's a triple on top of it. Cammy delivers Skies with the snipe. Not gonna be there. Patience pays off here in round. Get right back on this map. An instant 4v2, but you still have Attach and Cammy alive. This next kill very well could dictate how the remainder of it goes. Aggression there from Hydra established, and from there, it is all up to Attach. Now a 1v3.
Can't cut him out, though. Can't cut him out. He finds the first kill onto Hydra. That's the most important one, but Priest with the repositioning takes control of the middle of the map. They trap Attach.
Trying to get a little bit in sequence. Is now into this next round we go. Minnesota once again answering off the rip, and it's Cammy with another first blood, Jay.
Oh, Cammy takes down Priesta. Such a crucial fight because we pay attention to your mini-map. Hydra already invested that dead silence. He's gonna be behind him in through dark, and he is gonna get spotted by Fame. He gives the calm to Attach. They take down Hydra. Now it's a 4v2. Skies does take down one, but the trade is there. Now it's all up to Kismet. Minnesota Rokkr on the back of the first blood. Play for the information.
The Subliners to enter in toward their reticle. Can they walk away with the first blood? No! Hydra! An excellent answer! Dives right on in, but it's Bance who's there to trade. One last player alive, Priesta. 15 seconds to go. He's gonna pull off something amazing. Pull off a miracle. Time continues to tick, and this will be the round. Minnesota now up 5-2.
Figure something out because Minnesota, they are making the adjustments, and it might be a nade to do it.
Clay was touching on how many free nades that we're going to see. So far, not a ton on Mercado, but how in the world does that gunfight not get finished off? We'll have to leave that for later time. P-Dog with the snap, and now it's all up to Fame. Makes it a 1v2. Still plenty of time on that clock, but it's about to go down. Now 45 to work with, 2 players to face off against. This is not going to be an easy site to retake, but he's got information. Does not work out. New York able to stay alive for the moment.
Yeah, big nade to start it off.
Talked about the last time these teams faced off, right? I mean, so many looks is what really won New York the game so far for Minnesota. It's been the exact same. Nade over the top, gets Hydra out of the fight. Well, Bance is shooting dead bodies. It just feels like with Hydra, you got to put in an extra few bullets just to make sure that the man is down. Trades continue to go back and forth, but this time it's Fame who falls. New York even up numbers.
Yeah, it's a 3v3. You have Kismet already runs out of that dead silence. He's working that deep flank to try to take down Cammy. But time is starting to tick. Uh-oh, Cammy gets the right timing. He takes down the first, but Kismet's there for the trade. 25 seconds, 2v2.
And right now for Minnesota, you have the information. You know they can only come in from one of two ways. Attach watching one angle, Bance watching the other. It's a crossfire, but now it's a 1v1. Bance is there to deliver. And Rokkr rely on Old Faithful. You have to rely on a map that you've taken pretty consistently versus this Minnesota team as of late. And right into round one we go. It is New York on the attacking side as the Bulldog looks to get things going. A lovely little 3-0 start for him as we are halfway through at A.
Yeah, Kismet had a slow start in that map, number one. He's looking to bounce back. Try to allow his teammates to start off the reverse sweep. That's already 2 segments done at the A point. New York are currently up by 3 lives, so Rokkr, they're just going to decide to chalk this one up, play for the exit kills. Subliners extending the time.
In a gun engagement, trying to win that one versus Skies. Not able to do so. It's a nade that ends up taking down Mr. Benjamin, but it's Cammy with the streak over the top. The man is at 9-4, pacing early here in round one. New York doing everything they can, trying to utilize the smoke to be their cover. Time currently paused at 17 and change. They continue to build it up, but it's 2 quick ones there for the Rokkr. Any segment is big right now for New York. Does not feel like this round is going to go their way, but they continue to dive deep. They continue to work hard, but Attach comes through with a few, and that very well should be it, Jay.
He just shut it all down by himself. He found all 4 kills with that AR in hand. Doesn't matter, up close and personal, he makes it happen. Fame with the final 2. You have a couple players from the Subliners going on flanks, but now it's the Soul Man here. It's Hydra. He gets taken down. And Minnesota Rokkr, for 2 minutes and 15 seconds, hold down the B.
So far of the game was at 1, I believe, heading into this round. So we're talking about slaying. You need it so often on LOClo just to get out of your base. You're starting to see collaboration, some kills coming in across the board, and from there, that is what allows you to hop on that A objective. Time by no means still in a great position. New York could go for the late contest. That appears to be the case. Hydra with 1, trying to go for a pre-fire. New York do not want to allow for this one to go the opposite direction.
You don't want to try to get this one up for free. You still have players contesting it, but you also don't want to lose these gunfights too quickly and allow Minnesota Rokkr to go for the chain over towards B, but that's going to be A out the way. They tied it up in the lives column.
Trying to even up the numbers while it's Fame going for info.
Yeah, Priesta knows that at least a player has to be close to me. I got to back up, try to play my life as long as I can because my teammates are spawning across the map. Fame takes care of him, but New York still do a great job of trading efficiently. Priesta and Hydra combined for 2. Now the Soul Man here is going to be Fame. With only 15 seconds left, he has to go big, and he gets sniffed out by Kismet, and this is looking like a Subliners round.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Final few lives are up for Minnesota. Maybe one last contest at this. Yeah, Attach, he ends up falling in stride. Final resting place is going to be at the soccer field. And thankfully for New York, they're able to find an answer.
Fame has him 1 shot. Vance is gonna fly for the kill. And now it's Priesta, the only guy here. He gets cut down. There's only 20 seconds left. Subliners have 2 segments done, but you cannot lose the round like this because Minnesota are gonna take back the lead.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? You have really nothing done on the objective side if you're the Subliners. There's kind of a no-duh type of situation for Minnesota. They instantly recognize the push has got to be made over at A. But thankfully for New York, they've won a few fights out of spawns. Right now, it is Hydra and Skies, the Val Pals, who are trying to lead the charge and to keep this round going. Collectively on a 5 spree as we will gain another minute on the clock. As New York, he's just having a blast. He's hanging out on the backside of the map. Skies eventually pieces him. That's going to be 2 right now for New York. They found that opening. They've got 3 players surrounding this objective. Right now for Rokkr, they're put in a spot where they're going to have to contest, Jay.
Oh yeah, and Fame, he's trying to find the opening through the flank, but that's already the 2nd segment done. Not a single player from Rokkr is near the point. Fame eventually does take down Priesta, and unfortunately the team name for Hydra, but it does not matter. The Subliners needed 1.
Another. New York end up finding 2, but for Minnesota, they just continue to wipe away time at B.
Yeah, that's at least the 2nd segment done, but now Subliners have full map control. That's a clean 3 dead. They're forcing all of Rokkr to try to fight out of their base. Vance starts it off with the first. The rest of his teammates still got to check their corners. The Subliners are great on defense. With only 20 seconds left, they're trying to force that game 4.
Fame, understandably so, has to bring in the cruise missile. Information is all that he will have. Cammy desperately hunting for something, but he ends up getting dropped as well. Rokkr working from their base, but there is a man who still remains, and that is Vance, bringing out the AR, keeping the game afloat. They jump on B. Can they gain this extra minute? Vance falls. Cammy too. Can they get over toward A? It looks like they have. Minnesota hanging on by a thread as New York continue to style. This map is over.
Always going to be scrappy. It's all about the gunfights going into the next hill, and right now Minnesota Rokkr, even though they're not getting time off of this P1, there is no need to panic because P2 is a money hill. You just cannot allow any players from the subliners to slip through. Multiple water routes that you have to try to pay attention to, but screw the water. We're just going to go right through the front. The subliners take down 2. They're trying to flip the spawns, but at least Minnesota Rokkr is still staying alive.
Composed, Skies gifted a free 2-piece, and from there, it's time for Hydra to get going.
And now Minnesota have to get out of the hill again. They know that the pressure's coming in. Teammates are spawning all the way across the map. We have to clutch up in a couple of these gunfights, and Cammy's the man to do it. He takes down 2. Hydra takes down 2 of his own, and with Priestess in this position, they get the close back spawns. Hydra just did it all to break this hill individually, and now he's applying pressure through the front end. The French Phenom is starting to take over.
And this is why many currently call him the best player in the game, starting to level up his performance, and right now having himself a swim. Hydra looking to hydrate. And right now for New York, they eventually do get wiped off the point, but they have made their presence felt so far here on Hydro. Now to Path is where we're going to rotate. And it is Hydra trying to be a thorn in their side. That's now going to be 5 in a row, and really a Minnesota team that's going to be filled with anxiety, filled with stress, trying to figure out where he is. Finally cut down, but it's a cruise missile.
But this is some much needed time for them to get back into this one. Do the subliners decide to invest that cruise missile? Most likely not, because they have players in some great positions. Hydra and Kismet already combined for 2, make it 3. The spawns now flip. Another break for the subliners.
And this is the subliners that we saw at Major 5J,
Yep.
a team that is so scary when it comes down to their breaks. Hydra causing some problems through the water. He was lighting everybody up. You see Kismet on 3. Skies gifted another double. Flying through the air. He's looking like Spider-Man. Oh, he gets the 3rd. New York are styling so far throughout this
break. It's all on Fame. He does take down 2. He's waiting for his teammates to get back into the play, and so far that has led to a great hold. The rookie is making it happen for Minnesota to try to get back into this game, but when I say that, subliners right through the front for another break.
That's the problem, right, for Minnesota. It just feels like they're having to work for every single second. As you said, Fame comes away with a lovely double, locking down time. Then the rest of his teammates end up dropping. Vance comes away with a few kills, but it doesn't matter. New York are constantly placed inside of that objective. It's going to be a 100-point lead as we get ready for the second side of rotations. And really, if you're Minnesota, you're just trying to keep your head on straight. Just try to focus and hopefully, Jay, have a much more success.
But now currently down by 100 points. You currently find at least Vance in a position trying to hold down these P2 spawns. He gets the timing. Once he finds that kill, his teammate spawns up all on the right side. But with the subliners, the lead they currently have, they can play for this remaining 40 seconds. They can play for all this time at P1 because they know that Minnesota have 2 things that they have to focus on.
Yeah, for New York, like you've eaten your vegetables. You've done all the hard work. Now it's just a matter of really do whatever you'd like. You have the ability to play with house money at the moment. And right now they're looking for another break over at P2. Minnesota beginning to crumble like the foundation that they sit in. Hydra applying the pressure. Another cruise missile for the French Phenom as New York.
Where they're the team early set up. Priesta, Hydra, and Kismet already combined for 3. They're going to be able to breach that 200-point mark. But it's only a matter of time before they're able to force that game 5.
Oh, and Hydra. Look at his numbers, Jay. He's 20-8.
Feet kicked up.
Oh, here comes some more. Quick little engagement, Minnesota. They just gotta go. Green light engaged, but they just continue to not win the trades. Kismet, now he's on 4 in a row. New York, not a chance to necessarily win it here, but it's not gonna be all that much further once this hardpoint comes to a close. We talk about momentum. We're talking about a team who's got to dig deep, got to be ready. Minnesota delivered a nice little blow, but New York, a knockout. Minnesota even reached 70 points, Jay. I don't think that's possible.
I don't think it's possible, but at least they do win a couple key gunfights off the rotation. And they're fully set up over towards this P3 again. But now Priesta on the route, trying to flip these spawns for his teammates. He knows they're applying the pressure through the front end. All they need is one break to close out this game. He gets the first gunfight. Crew's missile invested. Hydra takes him down. Subliners are in. They're going to close out the game.
It just feels like you're faced off against a guy who's been like grinding in a few different games. New York, they have every single attribute, every single thing. Here on the weekend. It's time to find out, can Minnesota deliver us with the stunner, or can New York get the reverse sweep? Hydra answering early with the first blood. Backs up and gives a little high five to P-Dog, who finds one in stride. Thankfully for Rokkr, they at least are able to drop one in the meantime, but are still down in man advantage.
Yeah, it's attach advance now. Left to try to clutch on up. You see the game plan for the Subliners. That's just all stack, hit a conga line right up through the diner. They take down attach. Now it's Vance left in the 1v3. Too many players from the Subliners in your line of sight. As Hydra starts it off with the first blood, Priesta with the second, and then just keep themselves in the man advantage. Roll. Right now, Minnesota Rokkr just playing this beautifully on defense. They're going to run right into what Minnesota needs them to do. It's going to fall into the hands of Vance. He at least finds the first blood. You do have one player in Priesta with full bedroom control, but it's about stopping this bomb plan, and unfortunately, Cammy cannot. So New York have the opportunity as Hydra finds the third with the snipe attached in a 1v3.
It's all up to Mr. Price, puts in some shots, but surely this cannot go his way. An unbelievably clutch player, but 35 seconds to go. A to retake. Surely there's just no way. And with time continuing to dwindle, I think he realizes as well, maybe better to hold off, not feed New York more, not feed Hydra more. Looking for anybody to showcase a leg, showcase an arm, finally gets the engagement, but it's New York again who comes out. Honestly has to change. Fame, who has been an unbelievable SD player on Hotel, quickly tagged up. A nade over the top is going to give New York numbers for the moment, but it's Cammy who comes away with the double. And just like that, we're talking about twos. Now it's a 2v2. Bomb drop, but still plenty of time on the round.
And Cammy and Vance, Kismet and Priesta. Bomb going to be down in towards main arch. Still a lot of time for Minnesota to work with. Vance invested that dead silence, trying to find the timing in towards bedroom. Kismet is not going to get any sound cues that he's in his positioning. Now with Vance here, probably want to go for the chow, and he does. Kismet makes him pay for it. Now it's Cammy in a 1v2.
And that's so frustrating, right? If you're Cammy, you don't even end up finding Kismet as the trade. Kismet with a huge...
They're applying the pressure in towards Diner. Hydra, I thought he found a time, but the rookie takes him down. Minnesota, man advantage.
So that one route that Hydra takes is maybe the one angle that Rokkr were not prepared for. Quite a bit of blood splattered already in this round. Minnesota finally able
to... That silence going for the super long route. Eventually leads to Fame, finding the first blood onto Skies. Now Priest and Hydra had to slow down, and Kismet could not win the one-on-one. So now Hydra and Priesta need a miracle to happen, because it's not easy to break in towards the kitchen.
It's all up to P-Dog. He gets silenced. Minnesota, Jay. They come in.
Search and destroy.
Bang.
Subliners go for the 2-2 split. Hydra again with the sniper in hand finds the first blood.
Guy can literally just do it all, Jay. As we said,
everything.
SMG, he and Sky's been trading, having that sniper out. Wonderful work here from the French Phenom. Now it's 6-3. I would love to see a 7. We are in Vegas after all. Can he manage to snap? Rokkr down in numbers, and really the only player in here is distance up. This is going to be player number 2. Cammy hanging out in luggage. Thankfully, is still remaining. Dolphin dives to safety. So Rokkr, do not drop that second member just yet.
Yeah, they just got to make sure they're holding down Cammy in his positioning, because with those doors open, he'll be able to spot anytime that they try to go for that bomb plant. Fame saves the nade. He's able to get Kismet off of it now, but what happens to attach? Fortunately, he nades himself, and now it's a 2v4.
Yeah, and Fame should surely get sniffed out. He ends up getting eventually left now in a 1v4. Yeah, the pinch is there. Positioning, and he's also gifted the first blood. Excellent start for Rokkr, Jay.
Big first kill right there out of Vance. Now that dead silence does reset, they have the ability to cover more ground without being heard. Now into 4v3, let's just get this bomb down. Let's force New York to retake in this scenario. All the players from the Subliners invest that dead silence. They know that Vance is in his positioning. Kismet again wins that one-on-one to make it a 3v3.
And it's been versus Vance, I think, in both occasions. Yeah. Kismet, unreal. in a spot like that, but still a job to do. 3v3, time continues to tick. Cammy brought low, Fame ends up answering, however, heat drops. Now are the 2v2, Cammy a big one! Rokkr, hold on! Despite some
2-2 split, they don't know where the pressure's coming in, but Fame with the first blood onto Priesta, finds the second kill onto Hydra.
What?
Don't know how he wins that, but Minnesota now in the 4v2, making a 4v1. Fame does it all through the middle of found success. Can New York trying to turn it around here?
A few players been through couches, been cross. Was watched there from Kismet. Vance looking for information. Cammy has got to stay alive. Brought down low. Kismet there to start things off. Fame again, as solid as you'd like. A statue ends up dropping another. New York currently inside of the bomb site. As Vance looks for info, you got players from Minnesota all over this site looking for information. Time continues to tick. He finds nothing. They find all three. New York, they find all three.
They're going back to old Reliable. Let's just stack through the map, watch the cross over towards bedroom. Put down a couple shots on the cross, but that's just teamwork on full display right there from the Subliners. Early shots from Skies, leads to Hydra fighting the first blood, and there's too many bodies for Bands in his positioning. It's now a 4v2. The rookie and Cammy left to clutch up.
Fame, he's gotta be ready. He's gotta be ready. Oh, Priesta wins another. It's all on to Cammy. Down 0-2, and they fire back with the reverse sweep to kick us off here at Champs.
And that's how we start Champs 2023. Two-time major champions go down 0-2 versus a team that they just 3-0'd 2 weeks ago. But they know job is not done until the series says 3 for the opposite.
New York Subliners. I got P-Dog on the main stage, and, you know, you guys won Major 5 in this series, down 0-2. You would have lost that. You would have been down horrendously. But how are you feeling right now after that comeback?
I mean, it feels great to start off a tournament like that. You know, we definitely didn't want to lose the round 1, so coming out and doing that, we got the blood flowing, and I think that's going to lead it into our next matches for sure.
Yeah, I think it definitely will. Now, I don't know how well aware you are when it comes down to your control stats, and when you win that map, how you guys take over series. After you locked in that control, talk to me about your mindset, the comms going into game 4 and 5. Were you guys fully confident right there?
Oh yeah, I mean, to be honest, Mercado can be an iffy map for us sometimes. It's kind of a coin flip in certain situations, and honestly, they came out and played it well. But going into the third map, we kind of just knew we were going to bring it back. Like, all of us went to the back, none of us lost full. We were super confident. Like, we just knew, like, we all had the trust that we were going to make that comeback.
Yeah, man, and we all saw it on the stage, okay? And Priesta, when it comes down to your skill and gameplay throughout the season, it has been magnificent watching you on the come up once again. Talk to me about what you want to say to the fans out there, the Subliner fans, your personal fans out here while you're here at Champs.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the fans, my family, my friends, everyone out here. I mean, you guys are going insane. This arena's sick, man. I'm excited to keep playing.
It's so sick, okay? Keep up the energy all weekend long. That's going to do it for me and Priesta on the stage. Chris, take it away.
Thank you so much, boys, and